My mic is gonna have to be. I'm torn between two here, so we have them. But the first one is you hate to see it. Brandon Staley and Tom Telesco out there in Chargerville. Just what is happening to that team, right? And I was watching that game on Thursday night, and you're just watching it going, don't even bring them out in the second half. Like, just put them in the locker room and say, here's your locker, here's your box. We'll figure it out without you. Because I have never, ever in my life seen an NFL team quit like I watched the Chargers quit on Thursday Night Football. Like, it was just unbelievable. You let Aiden O'Connell look like Peyton Man-Thing. Like, it was unbelievable watching that game. And you knew the writing was on the wall, and I think the ownership, the Spanos, did not want to have to do this in the middle of the year. They're like, let's just get through the end of the year and start over. But when you put a performance like that up as a coach and as a GM, you're not allowed in the building the next day. And it's tough to see because every year we fall into the trap of, is it the Chargers' year? Is it time for them to take the AFC West? But, man, Staley, he will be known for the analytics and doing some really stupid things on fourth down, but hell of a way to go out, dude. Just burn the boats as you leave, I guess.
It's always, you know, it's bad too when the media starts to feel empowered to like really poke at the coach, and that started happening with Staley. And that's not exact. I mean, Los Angeles media, especially covering the Chargers, feels a little more laid back than like the Jets reporters who are just ready to burn it all down. But dude, he gets done with that game, and they're literally down like 49-rip at one point, and he knows. And he was incredulous 2 weeks before that, right? Yes. He's like, "Don't ever, I call the plays. You know, sit back down." Yeah. And dude, some reporter, and I wish I knew who it was. He wasn't on camera. He goes, "Do you think you'll still be the coach tomorrow?" Yeah. And Staley goes, "I don't know." And then he follows up and says, "Do you think you deserve to be the coach tomorrow?" And Staley's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Go back in
what
here.
a terrible answer.
Are you a bad father and a bad coach too, Brandon?
It got to the point though where like even the national TV people were like, "This is like," I can remember watching Aikman, and every time they get fourth down, he's like, "Well, here we go again. It's fourth down. Staley's gonna just probably do something crazy here in his own 20-yard line. I just don't understand it, Joe." Right? Like it's like the whole national media too just started making fun of him, like as he'd do things and be like, I get what the analytics say, but the analytics don't know about momentum, and I don't know. I get it, like he was a gambler and he did all those things, but I just felt like he made terrible decisions.
Yeah, it was like also that's your old team, man. Like so,
I know.
Jeremiah played for the Chargers.
I mean, Tom brought me in. Tom got my career started in the NFL. Like Tom Telesco, the GM, always had a lot of respect for Tom. He traded me away for a 6th-round pick. Like sure, but I mean to. One foul swoop in the middle of December, be like, no, we aren't waiting. This isn't. We've seen enough, right? Like, scoop it out, throw it out the window, with the baby with the bathwater. Like, you're just like, holy crap, man. That's when you know it's hit a boiling point inside the building. When he didn't make it till Monday like afternoon. No. Like I think it was like 6 a.m. I got to learn on my film. There's like sources, Brandon Staley and Tom Telesco out. I was like, did they even let him come back in the building?
Walking into the building, right?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? Do you get how does that work? If you're a coach and you're going to get fired the next day, middle of the season, do they wait for you to come in? Because you're probably coming in anyways, or do they call you and now you know?
They probably call you. They probably call you, and then the Teamworks app will probably send out a giant text message to everyone on the team. Like that's usually like you probably wake up to like team meeting 7:30, and you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Oh yeah, you do.
You're just like that's the old death, the old Viking funeral there, pal.
Right, not gonna work here anymore.
How do you guys know when a team quits on a coach? How can you tell?
You saw it in that game. I'm not even kidding.
Teams get
you
blown
literally
out,
see
right?
it. Yeah, you get blown out, and you're literally on the sidelines like, I don't even fucking care. This guy sucks.
Yeah, I mean, did you see any emotion? Was there any emotion on the sideline where you're like watching guys spiking helmets and
at one point there was like a 380-pound guy running for a touchdown, 50 yards, and nobody chased him.
Yeah, and like no one on the sideline was trying to rally like, hey, this shit stops now, right? Like we turn it around. And everyone was just like, all right, Ethan Stick, let's see what you got. Right, like it was just there was just no fight. Right, that's when you can tell when a team has given up, when there's no fight. Yeah. Right, and I haven't seen it that bad in a long time. I was in a bar in Mitchell, South Dakota, and I was watching the Husker volleyball semifinals. And this lady tried to come up and be like, it's Thursday night. We need to change it. And I go, no one wants to watch this shit. I was like, no one wants to watch Aiden O'Connell versus Ethan Stick on a Thursday night. Like, please don't change this. And I was like, look at the score. No one cares. Like, it was.
Even Ethan Stick's family was like, it's we could probably turn to volleyball now, second quarter.
Oh, gosh.
To be fair, if they fire you, if they're paying you a lot of money and they fire you mid-season, you really piss somebody off because they're paying you millions to do nothing for the rest of the year. Like, that doesn't happen a lot. These guys will get their money's worth.
Not in the NFL. The college happens more in college than the NFL. I'm like Jimbo Fisher. They're like, hey, here's $75 million to go away.
To be fair, I bet you a lot of it is because if you're going to fire somebody mid-season, you're wrapping it up. Like the chances of you coming out of that, like something really bad has gone wrong. You're not going to the playoffs. The next guy, I mean, look at the Panthers. As soon as they fired Frank Reich, everybody was like, oh, my God, could it get any worse? And then all of a sudden they went out and beat the Falcons, and we were like, holy shit, no way. Is this for real? I think the Falcons might have to be my mic. I mean, just Jesus.
Hey, hold on. Before you get to your mic, I have one more Chargers question.
Yep.
Yes.
It's a 2-word question. Jim Harbaugh? Or how about another 2-word question? Bill Belichick?
Bill doesn't go to L.A.
I don't see
Can
Bill.
you imagine Bill in L.A.?
No. I actually could, yes.
No, you can't. You don't know Bill that well then.
I don't know.
I think it's more Harbaugh than anything. But I think the problem is this. There's so many people right now making a name for themselves. Look at the Houston OC. Look at the Ravens DC. Like all these guys are making their names. And eventually this is going to be the new pool of talent. Like people are always, and this is going to be my mic. We're always digging into the same goddamn bag for coaches. Can't we go out and find some new coaches? I'm so sick of the same carousel. Oh, here we go. Frank Reich's on the carousel. Where is he going to land? He's going to land with the Chargers. Dude, stop. Go find something fun. I'm so sick of the same people getting from here to here to here to here. You're like, oh, God, here we go.
But if you're the Chargers and you just tried that with Brandon Staley, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm going to go get someone.
No.
You kind of want to go back to stability and go back to the well of like.
I mean, isn't Jim Harbaugh I'm not saying it's going to be a 10-year stop. He's a guaranteed 10-win season.
Timeout. Did you just say that Brandon Staley, coming from John Carroll, was like the same old carousel? Because I think Tom Tedesco really fucked that up. And so did the Spanos.
I'm saying that he went and tried to hire like someone new. Like you said, he went outside the bag of coaches, right? He'd never been a head coach before.
Yeah.
Right. He was going to be the new head coach. Right. He was going to be the new hot thing. And so if I'm the Chargers, I don't know if I'm the Spanos family. If I'm sitting there going, that was a flaming bag of dog shit. Let's try something that's going to work. Right. Let's go to someone stable. Right. And to them, we know Harbaugh's not stable. But like to them, like maybe they think that he's going to be an organizationally stable human being.
It's not that
He's
either.
not even really that, though. He's just guaranteed like 11 wins, and then he'll light everything on fire in those 4 years.
I don't think you can send a defensive head coach to the Chargers. I think when you pay your quarterback that kind of money, like they did with Herbert, you need a head coach that's an offensive-minded guy. Like I think that has to be one of the qualifications for going to the Chargers, in my opinion. No? Alex, your thoughts?
I think I used to think that. And now I think that's just silly. I think as long as you find somebody that understands the offense and understands what Justin Herbert's able to do, and maybe went out and got him an offensive line so that he wasn't getting racked every other play. Like sometimes their offensive concepts, best example, Austin Eckler is considered more of a receiver than a running back. They don't even have a run game. That's pathetic. You are pathetic. You have one of the top talented quarterbacks in the league, and you throw it 65 times a game. What the fuck do you think is going to happen when you throw it 4 weeks in a row 65 times, and you have a shitty O-line? Bad things. It's not hard to sit back and go, hey, we're going to protect this guy. Is somebody find me a fucking running back somewhere, huh? Aren't we paying for one? Got all these receivers over here. Cool. He's now our new slot. I need a real running back. It's not hard. Brandon Staley's over here coming from John fucking Carroll, which is right up the street from my hometown. I know exactly who's at John Carroll. That's why I'm saying that was stupid. And I can't believe that these owners would go out and go, this guy coached at John Carroll for 3 years? Sign them up. Must have something nobody knows about. I'm saying there are OCs in this league that are doing phenomenal things. I've turned on the film all the time, and I see people going every which direction, and I'm like, man, even I'm blown away. But instead, they're like, let's go to college. Let's get a guy from college. D2 college? D2 college? We'll go down there. We'll go all the way down there where nobody sees anything. I'm saying go to some coordinators in this league that you see are doing awesome, awesome things and go, hey, you want to be the head coach over here? We need a lot of fucking discipline, though. We need someone to come in here and kick some ass.
You think Kellen Moore should be a head coach?
No.
Well, wait a minute, but Kellen Moore did some great things in Dallas. Great things in Dallas as a coordinator.
That's why I wanted to ask you that, because he just checked every box that you just said that needed to happen.
He's played in the league.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Didn't he call a draw in the last play of the game?
Wow.
Still not over that. I'm still not. I'm sorry. I'm a real fucking player. I play real games. Jay, you know exactly what I mean. If somebody would have done that and been like, you want me to be your OC? Would I have said yes? Be honest. I was harsh to them then. I'm still harsh to them. This is the job. This is what it takes. If you want to go look at somebody, go find the Houston OC. Hey, you found a rookie and somehow made him fucking amazing. Come here. You, come here. Sit down. Tell us what you did. Please.
But here's the other thing so you bring up like Staley, sort of his roots, but the other thing that I think teams are guilty of, and the Chargers did this with Staley, it's hiring by association with success, or hiring based on proximity. Remember when like Adam Gase was Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator in Denver, and they're like, that offense is great. Let's hire the offensive coordinator. Oh, you mean you want Peyton Manning to be your head coach?
Yeah.
So Brandon Staley, and I get that the Rams had the number one defense a couple years ago. Sean McVay, head coach. Okay, wow, that's the number one defense. Who's the coordinator for that defense? Okay, well, Aaron Donald is one of the greatest players of all time. Jalen Ramsey is probably a Hall of Famer. Like didn't Von Miller also play for that team?
And they had John Johnson.
You got to be careful with that.
They had a bunch of dudes in the back end that were destroyed, and then Aaron Donald was getting sack after sack after sack. That's why I said, go to somebody that you can actually look at and go, this isn't a gold jacket wearing quarterback. Okay, don't go to the Chiefs. Don't go to the Chiefs. Go anywhere but the Chiefs and go, what are they doing with this offense? What are they doing with this personnel? What have they done with this quarterback? Have they kept him safe? Have they protected him? All these things, pay attention to it. And then go out and say, grab me these top three guys. That's what you do. And then you bring them in and go, listen, you guys have had young quarterbacks. You've still had success. That is the true measure, in my opinion, of success. When you can have a rookie quarterback come in and win games, because you know what that says? That says we've taught him what the coverages look like. We showed him what the kills look like. There are guys that can come around him. And at the same time, you have to protect him. So you have to start investing in the O-line. But to me, this has been going bad for a long time. The minute people jokingly were like, well, they don't even have a run game, it was like, well, you don't really have a team. I don't know what to tell you. And your defensive coordinator, who's your head coach, is letting up like 80 fucking points a game. What is going on? Remember last year when they had like one of the worst run defenses, but yet you turn on the film and the guys were huge. Like Linval was the nose guard. I was like, wait a minute. I played with Linval. He's really, really, really fucking good. How do they have the worst running defense? Like, you just can't have these metrics when you're the head coach. And then when everyone asks you, do you deserve to be the head coach? You go, well, I don't know.